Blue Star Mothers. And today I have with me Brenda Bingham, our president, and we're going to visit with you about what's going on with us. And at this time, I'll let Brenda tell when the meetings are.
Okay. Our business meetings is the second Thursday of every month at 6:30 p.m. in Oakwood Mall in our room. And then on Thursdays, this fourth Thursday of every month, we have our care packages. And our count is up right now, so we're really happy that we are able to serve so many. But if you'd like to come to our meetings or our care packaging, please just show up at 6:30 and we'll be ready to pack boxes.
Yeah, I think things are getting overseas again, where we're sending some of our troops because we've gotten several more names at this time, and we appreciate all the donations from everybody, and so I guess we're going to have to keep them coming to keep everything going.
That's right. Well, we've got some fundraisers coming up. We've got let's see, we've got Ames Day coming up in August, and that's where we'll go out to Ames, and it's a fundraiser for their firefighters and their volunteer firemen. And anyway, we get to go out there and they help support our troops also. And then around Labor Day, well, it will be Labor Day Saturday, we should be having a gas card giveaway at Hutch's.
Yeah, we usually do that every year too. Back on the Ames days, they have this every year to support their fire department. So on our turn to support them, they do pie auctions and things. So we all try to take a pie out there, and you can even enter a pie in the contest. And I think last year we had a couple of y'all that did place in the pie contest.
Yeah, I think one of them placed second, and I think the other one placed third. I think, I don't know, the fun part of it all is not even placing.
Right.
The fun part is that they taste your pies, and you know, oh my gosh, they know so many people around there that it's like, oh, if I don't choose this one, oh no, you know. But the fun part comes at the end of the evening when they start auctioning these pies off. I think one of our pies brought $600 last year, and one of them brought like $400. It is just fun to do this.
It's a lot of fun out there, and I think they usually have fireworks, you know, afterwards. But it not only helps the Blue Star Mothers, but it also helps the fire department there, so their volunteer fire department and everything can you know, meet what they need to do for the fires they have to go to, and their equipment and everything. So it's just a good thing all the way around.
And it's a good celebration for the Ames people to bring in their families and just have a good Friday evening with their families and supporting their firemen and supporting us. And
then Saturday they usually have things going on Main Street and everything all day long.
Yeah, a parade, and then there will be, I think there's a 5K run, there's a poker run, and of course the turtle races. You can see some pretty decorated turtles.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of fun.
It is. So, and we just, you know, Saturday and Sunday was Flag Day, and Karen's husband was part of the write-up in the paper, and so we was really happy to see them recognize him for you.
Yeah. Yeah, our Vietnam veterans are wonderful. That's what he was, and some of them, when they come back, you know, they're not KIA. They have problems later on in life from the Agent Orange or whatever, and so it's just kind of a time to celebrate their life and thank them for what all they have done also, you know. And of course the Vietnam Wall out there, they place roses. They do, on Father's Day, the children that have somebody on the wall out there can place a rose near the panel under the name of their loved one. And it's just a wonderful thing that they do out there at the Wall of Honor and the Veterans Park out there at Woodring Airport. It's a really, I had so many things going on, and I'm so glad that Elaine honored all those people and put the ad, in the paper so people would know what is going on out there.
Right. It's very important to continue to remember the lost and some still missing in action. So we always want to keep them in our prayers. And as far, as we also want to continue what we do as far as supporting our troops and sending the care packages and being a part of the moms' lives, and helping support them.
And a lot of times the new moms, with my son, I did 3 deployments, but that first deployment, it's just undescribable.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and they have a real hard time. So we try to be there for each other.
That's right.
And there is one lady that has had 6 deployments with her
Mm-hmm.
child, and 4 deployments, and you've had deployments with your son, and it's just,
Mm-hmm.
we try to be there for each other, but that first deployment to war, you just can't describe it as a mother.
Mm-hmm. And you don't know what's going on, so it's such a hard time for the moms. So if you've got a son or a daughter that's deploying, please get a hold of us. Please get their addresses to us, because we really want to support them. We want to continue to let them know that we love them, and that we want them to know that they're not alone over there. They're in our hearts. So
Yes, I know one of our mothers asked, well, can you send to Italy?
yes.
Well, most of the time, the ship is in the Mediterranean,
Mm-hmm.
and it's there where it can get as close to the Middle East as it can. And Italy, yes.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of addresses that have been on ships.
Right.
And so, yes, send that address in.
Yes. And and if you know that, say your son or daughter is on a ship and they have people on that ship with them that don't hear from their families, or they don't get care packages, feel free to get a hold of us, because we don't care if they're from here or if they're from Texas or New York or
anytime
wherever.
we get an address of
If
somebody
they need,
deployed.
we want to support. So
Yeah, that, so they were going to need some moisture wipes and sunscreen,
Mm-hmm.
and we still need items, and we appreciate everybody that donates to us. We couldn't do it without everybody and
right.
all of our community and our
Right.
veterans organizations and the YWCA, and there's just so many to name that we couldn't have time to name them all, but we want everybody to know that we really appreciate it, because
Oh.
we have sent our boxes since December of '05 every month.
Right, and we have some campers that go out, they may go to Texas for the summer, they may go just for a long weekend, and they take donations and they help us. And one of them is my next door neighbor, and I'm so proud of what they do for us. And they're retired military people or veterans, and their wives and all get together and they take donations of different items. They take up monetary donations, and it's a blessing for us to have these people in Northwest Oklahoma helping us.
Yes, it not only takes what goes in the box, but the monetary donations help send the boxes.
Oh yes,
And here a couple of years ago, we had 151 boxes that we had to
Right.
send every month.
that's right.
And it's not that many now, but it's going to get there, I'm sure.
I'm sure we don't know what this
We always
going
hope
on
not. We hope they all
overseas,
get to
but-
come home, but that's just not the world today.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just not the
That's
world
true.
today. But
So-
I know it's going to be a hot summer, but our fundraisers, no matter how hot it is, I'm sure what our troops go through is a lot worse than what we have to do. So,
Oh yes.
So, we try to keep it going so we can have everything that they need to put in the box. And at Christmas time, we do the cards, and we have several people bring us in cards from all over, from children and adults, and they love getting cards. They love hearing from children and their drawings. So we always put, if they bring those in, we always put those in the top of the boxes, and just a message that America cares.
That's right. And we've got a wife that is, she lives in Oklahoma City area, and she came up to visit her family who is up here. And so I believe she teaches, I'm not sure what school or anything, but she brought me a bag of cards this weekend, and they are awesome. I can't wait to put some in the boxes tomorrow night. They are so blessed, and you know, with her having a husband that's out on the ship a lot, she knows what it is to have him out there.
Yeah, it's not only the mothers, the wives too,
That's
or the
right.
husbands of the women that's deployed, and we do have a lot of women that's deployed, and we've had women's names a lot.
Yes, and you know, they still have their, you know, we can't send some of the stuff that their families send, but you know, they still like their woman stuff, you know, their body lotions, you know, their shower gels and stuff like that, because you know, they may get an hour or two that's just for them, and so just to relax for a little bit. And then we have a lot of names from Kuwait.
Yes.
Which I believe that's a little safer area, but I think they go on their runs every day, and so a lot of them leave and they can't take their breakfast with them, or they may not get back in time for supper.
Yeah, so the jerky and the breakfast bars and things they can put in their pockets is real important, because I know Kuwait too, if they're going in to even Afghanistan, and I know when they went into Iraq and everything, they climatized there. Kuwait was the point where they went on to where they needed to be in the Middle East.
Right.
Wherever it was they were going.
Right.
So they're not really safe there. It may be a little safer, but I don't think the Middle East is safe whatsoever,
right,
you know?
Right. And I probably shouldn't have put that like that, but so in saying that, I would like to say, you know, please keep all of our troops, wherever they are, keep them in your thoughts, your prayers. Help them to get through these long terms without their families by sharing a little bit of love, and always keep them all in your prayers.
Right. It doesn't matter if they're in Yemen or Italy or Afghanistan, Iraq, South America.
Right.
I mean, you know, wherever they're at, they're away from home.
That's right.
And they need our thoughts and prayers, and they really appreciate our boxes.
And if there's
every
a
month.
veteran out there that needs anything that maybe we could help out with, maybe they just need to talk. Stop into the store Thursdays or Fridays. We're there. We have an associate there that's been in the military, and he will be happy to sit there and talk to you, or maybe we can send you somewhere that we know that you can get help. So if you're needing help, please ask. We'll be glad to help.
Yes, we need, you know, it's about our veterans too. And at Christmas time, we always try to do the ones that's in the nursing homes and things. And, you know, that's true. If you need help, you know, come talk to us. And we're affiliated with the other veterans organizations, and they're for veterans too, because they're all veterans, you know.
That's
and
right.
they know what it is sometimes.
Oh, and you wanted to speak about Oklahoma.
The Wounded Warriors of Oklahoma, yeah. I just found their address and everything, and they help the Wounded Warriors in Oklahoma. Well, we're going to have to close, so we want to thank everybody that has helped us, and we hope we can help everybody else with these troop boxes and everything. And any thank yous for you?
If you need any more information, our number's listed. Please call. We'll be glad to take your call.
And God bless America, and pray for our country.
Right. Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
I'm Mary McDonald, and with me is Vincent Fields. We're representing Gaslight Theater, and we're here to tell you about this Gaslight season, Shakespeare in the Park. We're doing Othello, the tragedy of Othello, the Moor of Venice, and Vincent plays the title character Othello. Our production opens this coming weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at Government Springs Park, and it's free to the public. The performances start at 8 o'clock in the evening. We hope that all of you will come see our show. Vincent, so the title character, we're so glad. I'm the director of the play, by the way. I'm so glad that you were able to work into your schedule to do the play this year. Can you tell us a little bit about the character of Othello and what it's like to play him?
Well, the character of Othello is a general. He's Moorish, and he has risen throughout his life through the ranks gradually and attained the rank of general over the Venetian army.
Okay.
And he woos one of the well-to-do senator's daughter. They secretly marry.
And she's a little younger than Othello?
Well, I would say a lot younger.
A lot
probably.
younger than Othello, okay.
Right, and then the family finds out. They're none too pleased, but Othello convinces them that it is a worthy match, and so they're able to continue on. And in the meantime, one of Othello's lieutenants is somewhat disgruntled because he was passed over for a promotion, and he starts to make havoc among, all the players involved, through innuendo, outright lies, and so on and so forth. I don't want to give away too much.
Okay, but he kind of makes insinuations that what?
That my wife is none too faithful.
Oh,
right.
So he
And Othello, being new to these environs, tends to lean on him as being totally honest, so he believes everything that he hears. And that begins the downfall of the tragedy.
And the downfall of the relationship between
Othello and Desdemona,
and
who
his
is
wife.
his wife.
Yeah. So how was the line load this time compared to parts you've had in the past?
There were a lot of lines, a very lot of lines. But having done Hamlet last year, playing King Claudius, which also had a lot of lines, not as many as Hamlet, of course, but that was good preparation for taking on this lead role, because there were quite a few lines. There were quite a lot of lines last year, so that kind of prepared me what to expect by being the lead.
Yeah, and we have a good supporting cast. Danielle Fields, who also was in Hamlet last year, plays Desdemona.
Danielle Fisher.
I'm sorry, you're Fields. You're just married in the play. Danielle Fisher plays Desdemona. The villain that we mentioned, this despicable character that's trying to mess up the marriage, Iago, is played by Ben Azell. Iago's wife is Mona Campbell. She's been in several Gaslight shows in the last year. Peter Roller is back with us in the park. He's been in several of the productions. He's Cassio. He's the man that got the lieutenant ship, the promotion that Iago had wanted. We have quite a range of ages in this play. We have a few young men that just graduated high school, one that's going to be a high school senior this year, all the way up through some people in their mid-60s. So we have quite a good range of actors, very experienced actors for Shakespeare in the Park, and some new faces that audiences will enjoy seeing. What's probably your favorite scene in the play that you enjoy being in?
I like getting angry.
Okay.
And people have told me in the past that I'm really good at it. So,
so you'll have to come see Vincent get angry.
Yes. And then, the other scenes, just the interaction between myself and Iago, that's played by Ben Azell. I really enjoy those scenes as well.
Now, you have quite a bit of experience with Gaslight over the last few years because you've been in some productions that have been on stage, on our inside theater, our regular Gaslight Theater. So how does doing Shakespeare in the Park differ for you as an actor, as a performer? How does doing the Shakespeare in the Park productions differ from doing one of the plays indoors on our main stage?
Well, this is my 4th year of Shakespeare in the Park. You know, we started out with Antony and Cleopatra first. Then it was, I think, Much Ado About Nothing. And then last year, Hamlet. Well, with the actual theater production on stage, you build the set, and then the set is pretty much there throughout the entire rehearsal run and then the performances. Wherein with Shakespeare in the Park, every day, every night, you have to build the set, do your performance, and then tear it down again.
Yeah.
And by the time the production run is over, you might be a little on the tired side.
Yeah, yeah. For example, at our rehearsals this week, because we're in production week, the cast has been meeting at the park at 6 or 6:30 in the evening just to put the set up and get all the lights and sound in preparation before we start our rehearsal. So we'll be doing that, probably meeting at 6:30 even on the nights at performance, and then after the show, there we all are striking everything as well.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, but the good part is, you know, I usually shed about 10 or 15 pounds, you know, by the time everything's done and done. So that's how I try and keep a positive spin.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of good camaraderie among all the actors, because whether somebody has a small part or a larger part, like you with the title role, it's like when we strike the set, everybody's in there together.
Right. And one thing that I always enjoy about Shakespeare in any production is you have different cast members, so each production adds a different dynamic to it, you know, just by the different people that are involved. And everyone is always so encouraging, you know, towards each other, you know. If you're having a problem with a line, they will reach out to you. Yeah, do you need some help with your lines? Let's get together, go over lines. You know? Or do you need a costume, you know. Everyone is always so helpful with it, you know. And you just meet so many different kinds of people through all walks of life, you know. And that's one of the major things that I enjoy about, you know, Shakespeare and all the other productions that I've been in.
It's a real, we're a community theater, and among the actors and the crew, it seems like there's a real community that's a bonding of people during the production that makes it really special. We're real thrilled with Gaslight's production. I think it's going to be a really good production this year. This is our 21st Shakespeare in the Park. It seems like, wow, I think back, and many of us that are still around were involved with those first few shows before the performance gazebo was even built. And our microphones have come a long way. You're wearing headset body mics now, and the first year we did that production of way back Much Ado in 1995, we had stand microphones, and it was really hard to hear. But we have a really good sound system and better lights now, and we have a new set as of last year. New flats were built, and we're using that same set. Sarah Swanner did a really lovely willow tree design on our backdrop this year. The willow tree having to do with unrequited love, which is one of the themes in the play Othello.
Yeah. And a very good blues song.
Yeah. Willow Weep for Me.
Willow Weep for Me.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that. The Kennedy Schleppette is playing each night. That's a local band with the vocals by Kathy Nulf, and she's singing Willow Weep for Me to open our show every evening. So we're really thrilled with that, to include some different musicians that we've had in the past. And that's going to be a really special moment for our audiences. You know, and we are the only theater in Oklahoma that has free Shakespeare in the Park, and we're very proud of that as well.
Right. So anyone who wants to show up, just, you know, come as you are, come on down.
Bring your picnic basket, some snacks, a blanket, a lawn chair, and enjoy a free evening of Shakespeare in the Park. And as we said, it's at Government Springs, easy to locate, in just east of lovely downtown Enid. And the performances are at 8 o'clock. And we hope to see you in the park.
Hope to see you there.